Hello, and welcome to the 1 Mile More YouTube channel. Now in a previous video, the guys and I rode our cheap 250 class dual sport bikes down the northern half of the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail. Matt had bought himself an '81 Yamaha XT 250, and it had been uniquely customized. And then he sold it, and bought himself a surprisingly nice '95 Yamaha TW 200. And it worked quite well, other than the luggage that it came with.
Bags are ruined.
Kyle also found a TW, a sharp-looking '89 model. That also worked well, other than some minor carb issues, and his old street luggage didn't like the rough trails at all. Now, I've always admired Honda XRs, and Pete went over budget to get this sweet '96 250L. And it was perfect in every way, other than leaking oil, using oil, and occasionally becoming incredibly hard to start. John was below budget with his '81 Yamaha XT 250, but it also required a fair amount of work to become trailworthy. However, it was all worth it when it performed reliably throughout the trip, other than losing some non-essential hardware. And then there was my bike, which consisted of leftover parts from yet another '81 Yamaha XT 250 and an SR 250. And though the turd had been polished a little bit, it still had the looks that only a builder could love. Now in this video, we'll be riding down the southern half of the trail. But before we get to that, let's see how the bikes have changed. Now, as far as I'm aware, the XT 250 has zero racing pedigree. In fact, it's nowhere near what you would consider a race bike. Of course, I couldn't help but wonder, what if it were? Yes, I had rebuilt the original 17-inch rear wheel, as well as the mangled gas tank, installed some new plastic, and among many other things, added even more speed holes. John was pretty happy with his old XT and decided to simply attend to a slow oil leak, but what he found was a stripped bolt at the oil filter cover. He also found the Kickstarter seal was pretty cracked up and decided to replace that while he was in there. After those repairs, the outside of his engine was bone dry on that side. He also found a slow leak on the other side, coming from the countershaft seal. Unfortunately, the engine case was badly damaged, allowing the seal to leak from the outside diameter. But with a new seal and just a touch of JB Weld, a complete engine teardown was avoided. Pete also decided to simply fix what needed to be mended on his XR.
Stator cover was leaking, so we got that. With the clutch cable.
Helicoiled how many different bolts on the motor?
Probably 6. On a prior issue.
Right.
This bolt here,
yeah,
goes all the way through to the stud. Yeah, I couldn't get it to tighten. I mean, it's got a little tension on it, but it did once, and then I had to take it off because the valve cover leaked, even with a brand new gasket. So. Yeah, it's nice. And then. So your bike is basically just the way it was last year, except for fixed. Exactly. Oh, I made a rack for the back.
Oh, nice.
And I extended my rack.
Oh, look at this.
Well, everything kept scooching up, and I didn't have any way to suck it backwards.
Right.
Now I can pin it back. And it's up on
oh, yeah. Look at this. Kyle was back with his TW, now sporting some tasteful accessories. Oh, I see different bags.
Yep.
Nice.
I had a fuel line issue, but
okay.
On the way
I
here.
got it. I couldn't start it when I was trying to leave. I got these different fuel filters, but they didn't look quite so big on Amazon when I bought them.
Oh, Kyle!
So I'll have to fix
That is nice.
this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Look at this fender relocation. That looks way better.
Well,
so at this point, I'd say the changes made to the bikes have been reasonable. And then Matt pulled in.
What the?
oh,
Look at that tire!
What swing arm is on there? You extended it.
Yeah, I had to extend this too.
Of course you
Oh, yeah,
did.
there it is.
Yeah, look at
Wow.
that. Look at that headlight.
So Kyle, your mount is reversed to this.
Yeah.
So the question is, which one is correct?
Well, I followed the directions on mine. I just threw it on like at 2 a.m.
Did you paint your rims and put stripes on them?
Yeah, but you're looking at some child labor there, you know. Look at that.
It's hard to do a circle, so I'm impressed.
I'm seriously impressed. Yeah. I have worked so hard on this. It looks good. Oh, goodness.
Did you fiberglass this on? How the heck did you?
Yeah, first I epoxied it.
Oh, there's the taillight.
That's quality right there. The
Look,
taillight is
I didn't.
super impressive.
That,
Like,
don't
whoa.
pay attention to that. Don't mind those details. I had the factory taillight assembly on there, and I took it out like to the end of my driveway, and I'm bottoming out, and the thing is hitting my back wheel. So I'm
What?
yeah.
I am just staggered by that tire. That thing is.
Yeah, go big or go home, right? How's that ride? I haven't driven it. I don't know
At all.
At all.
So what I noticed in this whole arrangement is that there's no real upgrade in the luggage department here.
That's all I need.
All right.
Minimalist. All right. Minimalist in one aspect. I wouldn't say necessarily in
I don't want to cover up all the goodies, so I got a saddle bag, or I mean a tank bag to go on it.
power creates heat.
Yeah, because my fender.
And what is? I mean, scooping air and putting it where?
It doesn't improve anything but the looks.
Right, for sure.
That one's a little loose there.
Which one? It's hard to tell.
This one right here and here. No wonder the suspension, it kind of turned on me on the road. It's because this fork is slid up. Both of these are loose. The fork slid up into the triple clamp.
That's why we do these checks. Did you letter your tires too?
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, it's got to match the back ones, I guess.
I tell you, it looks super mean.
But you know
Big
that
knobs.
adding
Yeah.
5 inches of swing arm affects the geometry and the leverage that you have on the shock?
No.
So now it's like it looks good empty, but when I sit on it, it squats too much.
You don't say. It was a good thing today was just a shakedown ride, as Matt wasn't the only one with some loose hardware. Apparently I had neglected to tighten the pinch bolt on my rear brake lever, but fortunately I had a spare. However, Matt's bike also had a few electrical issues, and a little ways down the trail, it started running really poorly.
What do you think, Kyle?
Huh?
Think it's his headlight?
No.
No. Think it's his battery?
I think he's got something else going on.
I think it's the tire.
It's my swing arm.
Right,
That's
right.
what's making it run bad.
After checking over a few things, we decided to turn tail and head for Pete's shop, which fortunately was just a few miles away. Well, we're at Snaky Pete's place. Matt was able to limp his TW back here by playing with the choke and everything, so we're gonna look into what in the world's up with his fuel issue. Look at his face when he's trying really hard.
Shut up. The part's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, that main jet is supposed to be threaded in the bottom of the carb. Well, I think that might help.
Evil Knievel will be jealous.
Man, look at that thing.
Could have had a TW200 that looked like that.
Exactly.
I just love the ambition that Matt's put toward customizing his bike.
Yeah, first time I've ever put effort into.
Look at how wide that gas tank is with those things on it.
You told me you were going to do this to your bike. I said, don't do it, Matt. But it turned out pretty great.
You hear that? Accolades.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, some of it turned out pretty great.
With the main jet put back in its place, we were pretty confident that at least the fuel issue was taken care of. But then, another weird problem showed up. Oh, first kick! I just turned the camera on, but that was the first kick. Now does it run properly though? She's not running real smooth. Matt, so start it up now again and do this, what we just discovered. Okay.
It doesn't work now. The kickstand stand up, it doesn't balance. Doesn't like it.
I think it's time to eliminate that kickstand switch. So with Matt's bike now running properly, we decided to wrap up the shakedown ride with a quick bite to eat. So this year we are kind of cheating and hauling the bikes down to the southern end of the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail. And yeah, we got a serious load here. We had to use Pete's Super Sweet Tacoma. Got his bike and Matt's Bruce Springsteen in the back. And then we've got Kyle's, mine, and John's on the trailer. And with all our luggage, our bodies, it's gonna be a substantial load.
You don't have that far to go.
Yeah, 6 hours.
6 hour drive.
Yeah. All right, we just got Matt now. He's pulling away from the family. Say hi, family. Time to hit the road.
Hit the road.
So now with everyone together, we settled in for a quick and efficient trip south, where the back seat was a bit cozy. Kyle's got to have his arm out the window because there's lack of shoulder room back there.
Well, and there's just too
Johnny
much
boy.
man on man touching in this. I'm perfectly
You're very
comfortable.
sensitive to man touching.
I am.
Very sensitive to man
I
touching.
do not like it, and it's because of somebody that I grew up with.
All right, well, we just got to Hazel Green, Wisconsin, and found this public parking lot where the police department is supposed to kind of check things out as we're gone for once in a while. Actually, the Hazel Green Police Department was very friendly and helpful, and we really appreciated being able to leave the truck and trailer there for a few days. From there, we made our way to this marker, which serves as the beginning point of all surveying done in the entire state, way back in 1832. However, today, it served as the official start of our ride up the trail. I almost hit a squirrel.
That was close, dude.
Much of the southern half of the trail consists of roads like this. Beautiful, well-kept back roads intermixed with smooth gravel roads. However, even on roads as nice as this, the changes Matt had made to his bike were already becoming evident in its interesting behavior. Oh, Matt's a bit bouncy, isn't he?
Yeah. I think the cornering characteristics are changed a little.
Might be compromised.
Yeah, it might be.
Our destination for the day would be the quaint little town of Potosi, home to the Potosi Brewery and Restaurant, just a little ways off the trail. Our lodging for the night would be at the Potosi Inn, tucked away downtown where if you were to blink, you'd probably drive right past it. So we were in our room, it's like an apartment, for $100, and we almost got a hotel room for $200.
Excellent.
Look at that.
Oreos?
Yeah.
So it comes with breakfast.
So this is like the living room area. Check out the big screen. Look at this. Cozy little bedroom. Oh yeah. That'll do.
We should probably get to the restaurant.
We are cruising right now to the Potosi Brewery to have something to eat. John's bike is looking lightweight right now without its luggage.
So this is inside the brewery, like the bar room. It's kind of cool. And then when you look over here, this natural water is used to brew every drop of our beer.
Well, we landed on our feet tonight, eh, boys?
Oh man, no, not so bad, not so bad.
The next day showed a chance of rain, and sure enough, by the time we reached the town of Cassville, it was really coming down. So under the shelter of some trees, we got out the rain gear. Unfortunately for John, he had, yet again, another issue with his pants. However, this time, it was likely my fault, as the rain gear that I lent him didn't have any. Sorry, John. But I gotta say, he took it like a champ, and I don't even recall him complaining about it.
We finally hit some extended dirt.
After passing through the tiny town of Glen Haven, the trail brings you right up alongside the Mississippi River, and then straight to the famous rocky overhang where you've just got to take a picture. It was also perfect timing for us, since fortunately we were now ready to get out of our rain gear. However, when it came time to set off again, Pete's bike, with its abbreviated engine repairs, was beginning to show signs of being a little too abbreviated.
Oh, it fired, yeah.
So freaking close.
Thankfully, though, we had Kyle with to offer some encouraging wise words.
Kick harder.
Kyle was right.
Yeah, that was the key. You just need to kick harder. Yeah. A deer coming from the right. The right. Yeah. Running hard.
Wow, good call. I might film it running right to us.
Kind of hoping for it. Oh, there it goes.
One thing that surprises me most every time I ride the beautiful back roads of southern Wisconsin is the glorious lack of traffic. However, this time we actually ran across a fellow biker.
Your bike looks a little newer than ours.
His name was Eric, and he was on a beautiful brand new KTM 890 Adventure.
Get a shot of his KTM.
Have a good one.
Next, we made our way to this little gas station south of Prairie du Chien. From there, the trail led us through the city, across the Mississippi River, and into a section that's actually in Iowa. And in the end, it made sense, because the trails in Iowa were beautiful. After our quick break at the scenic overlook, the trail led us back along the Mississippi. Then a short while later, we were back into Wisconsin.
Well, even though we went a little over like 50 some miles since we gassed up, we're not sure how far it is to gas again, so we're in DeSoto. As you can see, we have definitely hit some mud.
A little ways down the trail from here is one of my favorite spots, not for its scenery, but because if you're going fast enough, you might get just a little bit of air.
So we're just cruising along the trail, and John says, hey, this is where his wife's uncle Guy's place is right down here. So we turned down this old driveway that doesn't look like it's used much. Check this out. Big old tobacco drying barn. Little field here.
From here, the trail led us through the northern portion of the beautiful driftless area as we drew closer to the center portion of the state. Yes, we were racking up the miles until we realized that Pete wasn't with us anymore.
Probably isn't out of gas. He's back there. Pete, you got it running?
A Apparently his bike, which had been hard to start up to this point, now died while making progress down the trail. But then after checking a few things and finding nothing, it started again. So off we went again, making our way to our hotel in the town of Sparta.
But
Well, we made it to a Best Western in Sparta. Now we're walking over to the Mexican restaurant. There's our hotel. There's John. And there's others. We are a bit beat, I must admit. Good day riding. The weather was fantastic.
No real breakdowns?
Yeah,
Right.
other than
Pete's mystery quit.
Pete's mystery quit. Kyle's bike started acting up again a little bit, but still made it.
The food at the restaurant was excelente, and it was awfully nice having it right next to our hotel. The next day, Pete's bike was showing further signs of wear, and the previous day had used almost a quart of oil. But at least it started.
what's going on over there, Pete?
Call the fire department, just let's get off. Oh.
At this point, the terrain was leveling off, allowing us to make lots of progress. That is, once we got Pete's bike started, again.
Hey, time now, Pete.
From here, we were able to make a lot of progress through a portion of the trail that some may consider a little less interesting. However, we apparently found it so captivating that after stopping to make some adjustments, Matt noticed a few of us simply staring in different directions.
Well, we're south of Black River Falls, I think. We pulled over for just a second to make some adjustments, and Kyle noticed that his chain was a bit loose, so we're tending to that. Nice trails. Right now we're on gravel, so I think we have yet to hit the sand. I think the sands are coming.
That is, as long as Pete's bike started.
Yay!
Big devil bike.
Now, I'd like to think that riding these tiny back roads and trails are pretty safe when compared to the densely populated cities and interstates. However, just down the trail, I was reminded that there's other traffic to be concerned about.
Oh my goodness! I just turned the camera on too.
I came very close to hitting the deer.
As we made our way toward Black River Falls, the weather seemed to get more cold and wet. But between that and our lightweight little bikes, the sometimes feared sand was basically a non-issue. And with our plush modern suspension, you could barely even feel the corrugation.
If it was dry, there'd be some really soft sand here. Oh, jeez! I wasn't joking.
we get done.
Well, this is adventuring, right?
No adventure without adversity, boys.
We were definitely enjoying our adventure. However, if it comes with a side of adversity, well, Kyle was about to get himself an extra serving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kyle's down. Uh-oh. You alright? You alright? Hey, you alright? I'm not sure. Hold. Okay. Here we go. You good? Let's move it. You didn't break your collarbone, did you? I don't think so. My shoulder. Probably like this. My body cracked when I hit.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully just cracking joints.
Yeah. I gotta pee. Thank goodness somebody else is gonna pee for a change.
So this must be where he went down right here?
Yeah.
That rut right there.
Here, and then I got into that stuff and it was soft and I just went down.
Well, it's nice. A person doesn't go down going 60 miles an hour anyway.
Yeah. Right.
As we pressed on through these wet, sandy sections, Kyle was really starting to feel his little tip over, and he found out later on that he had actually sprained his shoulder.
We completed the twat. Ah, this is where we left last time.
With the southern half of the trail now completed, it was time to head for home, which once again brought us past Rock Dam Lake.
There's a campground that we stayed at last year.
From here we made our way to the town of Cadott, where we were pretty desperate to warm up, dry off, and have a bite to eat.
How are you feeling, John? Look at your pants. Oh man, this has been something else.
Doggy, man.
Well, we just got done eating at the Cadott family restaurant.
Things are a little drier.
Things are drier and looks like Pete's bike is cold again.
This time as we made our way home, there was no doubt in our minds that the idea of this trip and these bikes were a good idea. Now they may not have been perfect, but like John said, sometimes a little adversity actually adds to the adventure. Would bigger and newer bikes have done the trip better? Well, probably. But does that mean because you don't have the latest and greatest equipment you shouldn't do the trip at all? I sure don't think so. It's been said that the right bike for the job is the one that you already have. Now there may be some exceptions to that, but what I feel is the most important is that you just get out there and have an adventure. And if you can share it with your friends, even better yet. Now with everybody home safe and sound, we still had the little matter of the truck and trailer at the bottom of the state. And with the other guys' time off all used up, I volunteered to hop on a more comfortable bike and make a beeline down there to pick them up. because that's the sort of thing you do to go the extra mile for your friends. And quite frankly, I was happy to spend more time on two wheels.
Well, I made it back down to Hazel Green on the Versus, the last step of this cheap bike Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail ride. So now to head home. It's been a great trip.
We're remounting the fender up higher, make it look better. And what do you say?
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty new to this whole video editing thing, and it takes me a long time to put them together. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you can go 1 mile more for someone today.